Welcome back guys. So in this example we will try to understand some more concept of instance of operator. So here when you see what we have here is we have a two class, the example2 and example1. So what happens here is this guy example1 automatic becomes parent class, right? And the example2 becomes child class as per definitions of inheritance. Now we have a main method. In main method what we are trying to do here is we are creating the reference of parent class and we are also creating the object of child class. We are creating the reference of child class as well as we are creating the object of child class, right? So reference of child class and object of child class. Now when we check obj dot instance of example1, right? If this go to here, else go to here. So here what will happen guys? See, this example2 extends example1. So by default the type of example2 is nothing but of example1, right? Because the example2 object type is going to be of example1 object type because this is the parent class. So here this guy will get executed. Okay, it will not go to the else conditions, right? Now look at the second one. If obj instance of example2, so here what it was example1, right? If obj is the instance of example1, this will get executed, whereas here the instance of example2, yes, this guy is also the instance of example2. So again here what will happen? This guy will get executed. Okay, it will not go to the else conditions. Now what is this? If the same object is the instance of object, what does mean by that? Here what will happen? See, as we know that in the Java, whenever you create any class, always the class parent class is nothing but object class. So in the Java, object is the class. So the moment you declare any class in the Java, internally it will inherit the properties of the object class by default. You don't need to declare. So here also, since obj is nothing but the object of example2, so this example2 internally will extend object class, and here also your if conditions will get executed. It will never go to the else conditions. Okay, now look at here, this is important. Now you are creating the reference of example1 and the object of example1. So here what is the example1? Scroll back. Example1 is then nothing but it's your parent class. This is not child class guys, so be focused here, example1. Now when you create the reference of parent class and the object of parent class, and when you run this query, if obj instance of example1, yes, because the obj type, this type is nothing but example1, so this will get executed. Now look at the second one. If obj instance of example2, right? So when you will scroll back, look at here, the example2 is the child class, right? So parent class will never be the instance of child class. The opposite is not possible, whereas the child class is the instance of parent class, which is possible, but opposite is not possible. So here when you try to run that, this obj instance of example2, here your else will get executed. Okay, it will not go to the if conditions. Now obj instance of object, yes, as I said, every class parent class is nothing but object class, right? Every class, the moment you write any class, the parent class is nothing but object class. So even in this case, this will get executed and this will never go to the else conditions. So I'm hoping that you are clear with instance of operator and how this works and how we can check that. Now we have one more example here. Okay, so look at here, what we have here is we have primitive data type, integer, boolean, double, character and float. So we have different kind of data type and we need to check that what is the type of the data. Okay, so as of now what we learned here is in example 3, just go to the main method. So as of now what we were doing, that if I is the instance of integer, so I think I have not covered the wrapper class, but wrapper class I will cover later. Try to understand here. The integer is nothing but the wrapper class, okay, which internally will take the data of integer. But integer is the class, whereas when you write int, this when you write int, this is nothing but primitive data type. Okay, int is nothing but primitive data type, whereas integer is the class. So can I write like this? Can I write I instance of integer? Because generally what thinking comes to the mind is, if int is also integer, okay, it's a data type but it is an integer, and this is also integer, it's a wrapper class. Can I write like this? Here don't try to understand wrapper class, I will have a separate topic altogether. No, if you try to write like this, you will get a compile time error. Why you will get a compile time error? Because the name itself suggests that instance of means object of the class. Okay, when you say instance of, means you are saying that this instance is nothing but the object of this class. You cannot write primitive data type saying that instance of. When you do so here, when you do so, you will get a compile time error. Let me show you. So when I'm writing like this, see here, I'm getting that compile time error. And when you will hover here, you can see that incompatible conditional operand type int and integer, because this is not compatible. You cannot write like this. So what is the workaround? Like how we can achieve that? So there is other way. If I have to test, we can write integer dot class, because integer is the class, dot is instance. So we can write like this. We can write first integer dot class, and this guy has a method called is instance I, like whether this guy is the instance of integer class or not. So we can write like this. Okay, first we need to create the object of this class, and then this object will have one method called is instance of. So now we can check here, I is the instance or not. Now what will get printed here? Now it will go here. Similarly, we can create the object of boolean class, and when we create the object of boolean class, it has a method is instance of. We can check, this will get executed. Okay, similarly it will happen for the double also, is instance of d, this will get executed. And all the d and all that I have declared here, right? B, D, character, float, so all data type I have declared here. All are static. Why static? Because I am calling inside the main method. As you know that when you have a static members, you can call from the static members only. Okay, now character dot class is instance of true, right? This will also get validated. So here you cannot use instance of, here you have to use class. You need to create the object of the class and then check is instance of. Let me try something here. So what I was trying to show you here is, so what happens here when you say integer dot class dot is instance. So basically what happens is, in your Eclipse, if you go and if you press control or command in the Mac, control in the window, when you click on this integer, see the integer is nothing but is the final class. So I have source code downloaded. So this guy is nothing but final class, this guy extend number and implement compatible interface, right? Now go back, and when you press control again and when you click on is instance, so the moment you write integer dot class, so this is nothing but, this is the way, this is the reflection way to create the object of the class. And when you call is instance of, so what happens, this class is also a class, right? It is available in the Java lang package, when you will scroll up, this is in Java lang package. This is also a reflection class. Okay, so when you again click on is instance, basically it will check whether the particular data is of type or not. If it is of type, it will tell you boolean true or false. Okay, so that's what I was trying to show you. So now let me do one thing, let me comment this and let me run that. Okay, why I have commented, because when you have a compile issue in your code you cannot run that. Okay, so first you need to resolve the compile time issue. Then you can see that all true is getting printed because all is instance of getting matched. Now what happens when you, let's say instead of I, if I'll change to B, the B type is nothing but boolean here. This should not get printed, and let me write else block for your understanding, and this should be false. Okay, see here, false is getting printed. So that's how it works, guys. And with this we are done with the instance of operator in the Java. Thank you guys, thank you for watching this.